Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
He left for work but never came home. Tonight, a community wants answers about who shot a father of 7 who was just out driving his cab.
Here we go again, another merger proposed out here at FCA headquarters.
There are a lot of details yet to be worked out on all of this.
But is this a good idea and will it work? We have some answers.
Okay, Rod, but let's begin here at 6 with our weather. A gorgeous evening for the most part, but a chance of severe weather after dark.
So nice out there today, and it's going to come to an end. We all know that. Andrew's here checking things out for us to let us know exactly when. Hey, Andrew.
Good evening to both of you. And yes, we are looking at increasing clouds and showing up on 4 Live radar, getting closer and closer since you joined us at 4 o'clock. Some of those rain showers. The leading edge just outside of Lansing, and the main thrust of those showers and even thunderstorms. You can see the lightning out here toward Chicago, the southern tip of Lake Michigan. So we'll see some rain develop first by this leading edge, and the possibility of more intense showers and some thunderstorms by 8 p.m. and afterward. And you can see behind it more rain that's occurring back in Chicago and parts of Wisconsin itself. So becoming cloudier minute by minute as we go from now until about 8 o'clock in the evening. Between 8 and 1 o'clock, those showers and thunderstorms start to roll overhead, and then we'll look at lingering showers and storms after about midnight or 1 o'clock early on Tuesday morning. Right now, we've got temperatures still hovering around 70 degrees. We still have dry conditions, but it looks a lot grayer, a lot darker right now here in Detroit and southeast Michigan. Fewer boats out there on the water as well. Take a hint from that. Best thing to do is try to wrap some of those outdoor plans up over the next couple of hours so you're indoors and you're safe. We'll talk more about those showers and storms, not only for tonight, but also possibly for the rest of the week coming up. And remember, with the Local Forecasters app, it's free. Search WDIV in your app store. You can track these showers and thunderstorms while you're on the go. You'll get the latest weather alerts as well. So download it right now. The Local Forecasters app, search WDIV in your app store.
We want to get to some breaking news now. Detroit police just releasing video of a suspect wanted for a murder at a Detroit gas station. The robbery took place at the Valero on 7 Mile and Outer Drive. We have video here of the suspect getting out of his car and entering that gas station. We also have a photo of the suspect, and there it is. Police say this is the man who killed 18-year-old Lateo Garrett in order to rob him of his Cartier sunglasses. If you know anything about what happened or if you recognize this man, call Detroit police. Kim?
Well, this man's 7 children will never see him alive again, all because of senseless gun violence. Mohammed Zainul was killed over the weekend while doing his job, driving a taxi cab in Detroit. Someone shot him, causing him to hit a tree. Larry Spruill spoke with Mr. Zainul's family, who are in desperate need of answers.
The news of Mohammed's death is obviously very tough for the family, but not just the family, his friends and neighbors as well. They tell me he was a huge part of this community, and now they just want justice.
A good father, good friend.
That's how Abdul Latif Azom describes his good friend Mohammed Zainul. Zainul was shot and killed Saturday morning around 1:15 a.m. while driving his taxi on Collingwood. Police say after he was shot, he ran into this tree.
It was a shock, because I got a call from the local police because of large family he left behind, seven children, and all are minor.
My heart was just going out to the family after that. I just wanted to console all of them.
Denise Klominger lives next door and still can't believe that her neighbor is gone.
He was doing what he needed to do to make as much money as he could to keep this house going for his 7 children and his wife.
We lost one of the great men, from the community, and a good father, taking care of his family.
And of course, if you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to call police. For Live Tonight, Larry Spruill, Local 4.
It's absolutely senseless. Okay, Larry.
Dan Gilbert remains in the hospital today. The Quicken Loans founder is recovering after experiencing stroke-like symptoms this weekend. In a company statement, Quicken Loans announced Gilbert will not be appearing at the Mackinac Policy Conference this week. Gilbert is resting comfortably at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, according to his family, which is also asking for privacy while he recovers.
Well, close to 1.3 million men and women have given their lives for democracy since the Civil War. That's according to tallies from the Department of Defense. And Memorial Day, by design, is to remember them.
But Paula Tutman talked to a local woman who says she has generations of reasons to be bothered by what Memorial Day has turned into.
So for many of us, today has been an extra day off from work, a reason for a backyard barbecue. Got a great deal on some furniture, and how about that half off on clothing? But for so many people who've lost loved ones in wars, fighting for our democracy, today is something else entirely. When I talk to veterans and their family members, it's not that they necessarily resent that Memorial Day has morphed into the beginning of summer and other celebrations. It's just that so many have forgotten the real dawn of the day, which is somber remembrance.
I know tons of veterans, and I know that most of them always feel forgotten.
Memorial Day is about all of those troops that are no longer with us. And they're gone but not forgotten.
At 4 o'clock, we told you about the Polar Bear Unit, a brave group of men who engaged the Russians in fierce combat just after World War I. That's where we met Lorna, who has had a family member in service in every single generation and nearly every single war since the Civil War.
I had a great-great-grandfather that served in the Union Army from Michigan during the Civil War. Both my grandfathers served in World War I. My dad served in World War II. The fact that my grandfather, my father, my brother, my great-great-grandfather went and fought for their freedom, they don't understand that.
She and her family are reverent about the day that is set aside as Memorial Day.
These men and women have given up their time on your behalf. They've lost lives, spent time without family, just so you could be free, just so you could
Have the rights that you
have the rights that you have. And we may not always agree with what you're doing, but it's because of them that you're allowed to do that.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Paula. Well, it's the longest running Memorial Day parade in the state of Michigan. Today in Ferndale, the 101st annual parade to remember those who have passed away in service to our country. Plenty of people enjoying the beautiful weather and lining the parade route to pay tribute to fallen armed service members. And in Berkeley, an intimate ceremony outside City Hall, taps being played, an honor guard presenting the colors, and ceremonial wreaths laid in remembrance. All across Metro Detroit, fitting tributes to those who have given their lives for our freedom.
Fiat Chrysler could very well be merging with another automaker, Renault of France, and that could shake up the auto industry in a big way. To find out how, let's turn to Local 4 business editor Rod Maloney, who's live in Auburn Hills with that story. Good evening, Rod.
Good evening, Jason. You know, I've stood in the shadow of the executive tower here for a lot of years, told you about a lot of bankruptcies, told you a lot about mergers. Daimler Chrysler, disaster. Fiat Chrysler, born of disaster. And now they're talking about Renault. Is the third. The late FCA chairman Sergio Marchionne often spoke of the need for auto companies to stop spending billions independently on new technologies, that they should work together. And to that end, he sought a merger partner repeatedly. And now it looks as if his successor, Mike Manley, has accomplished just that. Early this morning, FCA announced an attempt for a 50-50 merger with Renault that Marchionne himself could have written, quote, broader collaboration through a combination would substantially improve capital efficiency and the speed of product development. The case for combination is also strengthened by the need to take bold decisions to capture at scale the opportunities created by the transformation of the auto industry in areas like connectivity, electrification, and autonomous driving, end quote. Auto trader analyst Michelle Krebs is a bit concerned.
Fiat Chrysler has some weaknesses and Renault has some weaknesses, and my big concern is neither of them have strength in China, which is the biggest car market in the world.
Now, she believes there are good things to point to. FCA and Renault don't overlap with product. Renault can sell Jeep in other parts of the world. FCA gets technology it doesn't currently have. Still, she says,
if it looks good on paper, be careful, because we've seen a lot of them look good on paper. Daimler Chrysler looked good on paper, but the people and the cultures to execute the vision, that's key.
All right.
All right, that was Rod reporting. The Grand Prix is less than a week away, but there's something missing.
Ahead, how you can get involved in helping pull off this special event on Belle Isle.
Plus, zapping away bad breath, the new technology that has dentists offering more than the usual services to some patients.